Hello and welcome to Dream Big, our March kit, which releases on March 1st. I have so much to share with you folks. I have a cardstock add-on, I have a pattern paper add-on, I have a main kit, I have a embellishment add-on, and I have to say this is by far our cutest embellishment add-on ever. I had so much fun packing these goodies into little kits and just daydreaming about all the things I want to make with it. So I can't wait to show you that. And we also have a mixed media kit, which I will be sharing with you as well. As usual, I'm going to start with the main kit. So we have some goodies with this kit, some new goodies that you might not have seen in previous kits. And I'm going to start by showing you the papers. So we have lots from this beautiful Poppy and Pear collection. This one is called Sunshine, and get a load of these beautiful, beautiful trees. You could fussy cut these, but I think that this is just such a gorgeous pattern. I'd love to use this as a large chunk of pattern paper on my page. Ugh, this is to die for. And look at those colors. We've got beautiful greens and yellows and pinks and reds and purples. Oh, so pretty. I love it. The flip side is this beautiful, super usable pink tone on tone with little tiny, tiny micro dots on them. So sweet. Love that paper. Next, we have also from Poppy and Pear, we have Wonderful. And this is a variable floral on a blue, really light blue background. And I love it when a floral pattern paper is almost like a meadow with little chunks of flowers that would pop up. They would tend to grow together in chunks, and I just love that look. It is a nod to Mother Nature and how those flowers would look in real life. Next, from Poppy and Pear, we have Main Street. Oh, I did not show the flip side. So on the flip side of that one, we have this beautiful blue. It has a floral pattern on it with a overall stripy kind of a look. Very nice. Next, from Poppy and Pear, we have Main Street. And this one features some adorable little houses and trees. Just so cute, with some banners and little carts and trucks. Is that a little mailbox? Or yeah, that's a little mailbox outside the house. It's so adorable. And just look at the detail. You could totally cut these out and use them as embellishments, but I got you covered. If you're looking for embellishments, you might not need to cut this one. The flip side is this beautiful little floral, little tiny white flowers on a purple background with green leaves. So pretty. I love how this collection uses purple. Love it. Next, also from Poppy and Pear, we have this paper which is called Blessed. And this paper is this beautiful, very usable black with little white tick marks on it. And this would make a beautiful paper for punching shapes out of or for using as mats. And then the flip side is a gorgeous floral, black and white. This would also look beautiful as a background, or you could fussy cut these and you could even color them in. You could use some watercolor, especially if you got our mixed media kit. Next, from Rainbow Avenue, we have another floral. This one is on a pink background and it has a slightly different artistic style. I love these big fluffy flowers. I don't know what those flowers are called, but I love them. They're so beautiful. We flip it over and get a load of this. So we have this beautiful paper with these swatches of color that remind me of a beautiful sunset or a sunrise, I suppose. Reminds me of a sunset. This one is called Sunrise Happiness, so I guess it's intended to be sunrise. It's so beautiful that I think I like this side better. So pretty. Next, we have the pears from Poppy and Pear. This is called Pretty Pears. They're so cute. The flip side is super usable. If pears aren't your thing, this is one of my favorite patterns. And it does make your eyes go a little funny if you look at it too close, but it looks really great in smaller quantities, as you can tell. It makes a particularly good matting or framing pattern. Next, we have a paper from Poppy and Pear, which is called Details. And this is a bunch of cut apart pieces. You could fussy cut any of these, or you could cut them into their squares and rectangles as the paper suggests. This would be great for pocket scrappers or making smaller projects, cards and whatnot. This is a really beautiful checkered or plaid pattern. I really love this. I love that it's on an off-white background. It's just a slightly creamy color of white. I just love it. And it works so well with so many of these other things. It's just gorgeous. Next, we have also from Poppy and Pear, we have Stitched Delights, and this is a floral that looks like it's been stitched. And if you were so inclined, you could actually follow this pattern and stitch yourself out some flowers yourself. And if you still have any of this Paige Evans cross stitch kit, which we still do have a couple of these in the shop, so you could add this to your order if you don't have yours already from Christmas. And look at how beautifully all of these colors work with the colors on this paper. You could totally use this thread to stitch this. The flip side, this reminds me of Pink Fresh Studio. I adore this. These stripes that are offset like this, so nice. This makes such a beautiful background. I love it. This is a really good reason to get the extra pattern paper because I would definitely want to use both sides of this. There's several of these that I'd want to use both sides of. Next, we have from Pebbles, Cool Girl. We have this beautiful stripe. Oh, it's so fresh and colorful. I really love it. It has so many of the colors that are already in the kit. And on the flip side, we have this beautiful night sky with a purpley blue background with really pale pink stars on it. This would make such a beautiful background page. Gorgeous. Then we have also from Cool Girl, from Pebbles, we have Garden. And this has this beautiful purple background. It picks up on the purple over here. There's also some purples in this, and I think there's a purple. Yeah, those two look really great together. Love those. But look at these florals. They're just so beautiful. And again, they're patchy the way I like them to be. The flip side of this is little tiny rainbows, and they're pretty spread out on the background. Next, we have from Rainbow Avenue, we have this black and white. It's white with tiny little black outline hearts on it. A very tight design. I really love this. I think that would look beautiful as a background. It would also look beautiful as mats, all sorts of different ways. And then these really amazing cut aparts. These are kind of picking up on some of the softer colors in this kit, but this would work really well with a lot of the Poppy and Pear that's already in the kit. And it would even work well with this, even though this is quite a bit more bold than this. It's nice sometimes to have pops of color and then some more soft color on the same page. And I love the black accents. This is like an inky black. It's almost like a bluey black. Very, very pretty. And some of the things on this are super usable. Like there's a phone with some speech bubbles on it. There's a bicycle and a bouquet of flowers, a coffee cup, and some art supplies. Really love this one. Of course, the ever useful camera is always nice to have as well. And then last but not least, we have another paper from that Rainbow Avenue collection. This one is a lined notebook paper. So versatile, so great for backgrounds, but also really great for cutting up, die cutting, or even just cutting into chunks to use to hold your journaling. And the flip side is a whole bunch of tags that you could cut apart as well. So you could easily, even without getting the pattern paper add-on, you could use both sides of this for, cut out the tags that you really love, and then with the leftovers, cut it into a bunch of journaling chunks, and you're good to go. So those are all of the pattern papers in this kit. I'm going to pull in the embellishments that come in the main kit because, wow, they're amazing. We have, each main kit will get 3 little bits of tickets. These are 49 and market tickets. There's some pink stamps in your kit. There's some gray neutral tickets in your kit, and a couple of yellow tickets as well. You will also get a little spool of yellow string. This is twine. And there's a yard here, so you can wrap this around different embellishments. You could tie bows on things. You could use it in lots of different ways. There is a set of enamel dots from Simple Stories. Wait till you see how beautiful this works with the kit. They're so pretty. I just want to glue them down, but this purple picks up so beautifully on the purple that is on the back side of this. The yellow picks up on the yellows. There's lots of beautiful bluey greeny colors. This works really well with this. There's plenty of green in this as well. So this enamel dot picks up on the greens in the foliage. We've got you covered for enamel dots, and I lost my packaging. So those are from Simple Stories from the Simple Vintage Life in Bloom collection. So those are beautiful. And in case you didn't pick up on it, there's a slight glitter to these enamel dots. We also get a little baggie of wood veneer hearts that you can use plain. You can paint them, ink them, mist them, spray them, do all sorts of things with them. They're really super cute. There will be at least 10 in your bag. We have a set of poppy and pear journaling die cuts. So these are journaling ephemera. So in the first little pocket, we get a whole bunch of larger size die cut pieces. And a lot of these have an emphasis on journaling, but not all of them. There's some just decorative pieces as well. So we have some tags, some tabs, little embellishments, do all things with love, a little paint strip, some little labels, more tags, lots and lots and lots of journaling tags, which is great. They're super useful. We have a little envelope that you could put a little letter in. More little labels, and this says, live in the moment this happens, self-care, having the best time, this happened, and happiness, and some more little tags and whatnot. The top little, this one comes in a waterfall package, and the top little set includes some vellum pieces. 15 vellum pieces. So we have, ooh, that's pretty. Hello, love. Some little pens. Ooh, these are very nice. Love, me time, a little heart, some little strawberries that you can poke out of there. Cute, or cutie. Feeling loved, grateful, a little frame. And of course, you could use that circle as well. A bow and another little wreath. And then there's also some smaller scale paper pieces that are also, you know, they're good for journaling on as well. So lots of wonderful journaling pieces in this ephemera pack. I just slipped them into Ziploc baggies so I can access them easier. So I'll put those in there. Then we have this amazing set of thickers, 2 amazing sets of thickers. I can't wait to show you these. These are from the Rainbow Avenue collection, and it's called Sending Love, and I just love these. I wasn't going to include another set of foam thicker titles because I felt like we've had a lot of those over the month, but these just caught my eye, and they're super usable. What I love about them is that they have a matte finish to them. They feel very smooth and matte, almost plasticky, but not. Very lovely. They are foam and they're quite dimensional, so they're going to really add a lot to your page. And what I loved about these is that not only does it have some really great titles, but it has some really beautiful and usable shapes like butterflies and rainbows and buttons and hearts and tags and stuff. And on the other side, look at these stacked coffee cups. I just have to scrapbook coffee now. Capture every memory. This is really cute. There's just so much, and these little banners are just awesome. So these are just so usable. I just couldn't resist adding them to the kit. And last but certainly not least, we have a set of thickers. These are from the Cool Girl collection. And I love these. I love them so much. What I love about them is they look so doodly with their outlining. They're already outlined, so that saves me a lot of time. I outline so many things. And let me explain what these are. So they have a pink foam edge to them. So they're pink foam with a piece of cardstock. It's printed cardstock on top. Let me tell you how it feels. It feels smoother than paper, but it is definitely matte. Like it's not at all shiny. So here is the main kit. I'm going to remove the embellishments from the main kit, but keep the papers out so that when you have a look at the embellishment add-on, you'll be able to see how beautifully it works with the paper from the main kit. And let's break into this beautiful embellishment add-on. So in the embellishment kit, there are a couple of partial packages. And the reason there's partial packages is, first of all, that way you get to have more different things, like more of a variety of things for the same price. But also, what I usually find, these have been made, these little paper clips with the dangly banner things. These have been included with a lot of kits over the years, and I always find that I use a couple of them, but I never use a whole package of them. So I thought it would be better to split up the pack. So you will get a half set of these paperclip banner embellishments. You'll either get these 3 or you'll get the other 3. And you will get one of these. These come in sets of 4, and I think that they are such a special embellishment. They would look really cute, just added to something. And I think that if you were to try to put 4 of these on a page or 3 of these on a page, it might be quite overwhelming. Let me tell you about these beautiful puffy stickers. So we have these 52 puffy stickers, and they are the super soft, beautiful, flexible kind. Like when you were a kid, these were the old school, beautiful, matte, puffy, soft ones. You can tell there's little bits of foam inside of them. The little critters, this was my last minute switch. I had something else picked out to be in the embellishment add-on. And before I finished doing all my surveying to figure out what's going to go in the kit, this little guy caught my eye, mostly because of these 2 guys. And then I looked closer and I thought, oh my goodness, we need to have these. Look at them. We have teacups, we have kitty cats, we have dogs, we have ducks and gooses and hedgehogs, teapots. Oh, it's just so cute. So cute. Look at that little kitty. Look at the expression on her face. She's so adorable. And look at the little puppy dog. And this guy's all wrapped up in ribbon. Oh my goodness. I can't even. They're so cute. So cute. This is from Rainbow Avenue. So these are bows. You guys know that I love bows. These are felt bows. They have a little bit of foam adhesive on the backs of them. So pretty, and they're going to add such a beautiful texture, and there's enough of them that you can use them freely in pairs or threes, and they're going to look just gorgeous on your page. I am a huge fan of making subtitles or having the option to have smaller words on your layouts, either for the small words in your title or to have subtitles or captions. And these little puffy stickers, these little puffy alpha stickers, they look a little bit like typewriter keys. They're adorable, they're matte, and they also have these little icons at the bottom in beautiful colors that work so well with the kit. Some of them are black and some of them are a gold foil, like a shiny gold. As you can see, in certain lights, they all read black, but then in the light, it turns a gold. It's almost like a bronzy color, actually, or a rose gold. I don't know. It's not a super yellowy gold. So those are gorgeous. Can't wait to use those. I don't know if I've showed this up close, but here it is. There are some beads, there's a wood veneer, and a little tassel. So adorable. It would look really cute just hanging alongside your photo or in a cluster. So adorable. Also, if you make mini albums, it would make a really nice charm for your mini album or your planner or whatever. And then we have these layered cardstock banners that are on paper clips. So they're little pre-made, pre-layered embellishments. You can kind of turn up the edges of them to really emphasize the fact that they're layered. I usually like to do that, just kind of pull up the edges like that, or you can leave them flat if you prefer that look. Last but not least, for this embellishment add-on, we have another set of the Poppy and Pear ephemera pieces. These ones are icons, so they're not journaling pieces. They're all different shapes. And for those of you who don't like to fussy cut, a lot of these shapes are the shapes that show up in the pattern papers that you might be tempted to fussy cut. And if you love fussy cutting, go ahead and do that. But for those of us who don't love to do that, that's what these die cuts are for. So in this one, we have 10 vellum pieces, and this is what the whole collection looks like. Oh, these vellum pieces are so pretty. And it's like a thick vellum. So although it's a little bit see-through, it's not super see-through. We've got our little puppy dog, some flowers, some more flowers, a little hand that's holding a heart. Oops, that one wasn't cut properly. We'll just fix that up. There we go. Another little hand that's holding a pear. We've got lots of little floral bits, and oh, look at that tea. That little truck that shows up in one of the pattern papers. These adorable little scissors. Little threads. Florals, pens and pencils. And then in the bigger set, we have this little light, string of lights. And we have some vellum trees and sprigs. Look at all these adorable little vellum trees. They're so sweet. This says always and forever. This vellum is printed differently than what I'm used to. It's more vivid than what vellum embellishments usually are. We have a little kitty with blankets in a basket. Flowers and teapots and a bookstore. That's awesome. I'll be using that one to tell a story about my daughter's work. A little embroidery hoop. More hands, a tea shop, an office. It's a post office. Another embroidery hoop and lots of flowers and this totally funky chair and another embroidery hoop and more flowers. It's just so beautiful. So many of the beautiful things. So I will run you through the other add-ons that you can get to coordinate with this main kit, which I've put away, but you can get a pattern paper add-on, which is basically one more copy of each of the pattern papers that come in the kit. And we also have a cardstock add-on, which is 2 pieces each of 4 different colors of cardstock that coordinate with the kit each month. And this month, our colors are, we have 2 pieces of Swiss Dot Sandbox paper. This is Basil's craft with a textured dot. This is not a printed dot, it's a textured dot. This is really fun for backgrounds, especially when you're using mixed media, but even by itself. We have 2 pieces of white Basil cardstock. This color is called Coconut Swirl, and it's just a plain flat white. It doesn't have a texture. Then we have 2 pieces of this, which is called Huckleberry Pie. This is regular Basil cardstock. It feels a lot thicker than regular Basil cardstock, but I picked it because I thought it would make a really nice background or matting for some of the darker colors. It kind of picks up on some of the darker colors in the kit. It might make a nice paper for either backgrounds, matting, or punching different elements, punching and die cutting and whatnot. Then we have a piece of gray. This is called Stardust. It's also basil. And of course, it looks beautiful with all of these grays. You can't really go wrong with gray. So our mixed media add-on this month consists of a set of paints, a fan paintbrush, which is amazing for all of your splattering needs. I know people have been asking me where I get my fan brush. This is not the one that I have been using, but this is the one that I'll be using from now on. It's absolutely gorgeous, really nice and fluffy, and it even has this little nice rubber area for your fingers. Very ergonomically. It's called Soft Grip. And then we also get this Art Philosophy. It's a Prima semi-watercolor set. These are pan paints and they're metallic accents. And I have been watching Sarah Wiles. I don't know if you've seen Sarah Wiles on our design team, but she has been using this paint set and I have been smitten with it and wanting it. And so I thought, let's put it in a mixed media add-on so that we can all try them. So we have, what I love about this set, and I did ask Sarah what she thought of it before I bought it, and this black one is really beautiful and neutral, of course. Then we have white, which is beautiful. The more water you put in, the less opaque it is, but it's a beautiful pearlized white. Then we have this yellowy gold and also an orangey gold. And this one is a bronzy. This one almost looks copper. And then we've got like some more pastel-y colors as well. The nice thing about about metallics is they do show up a little bit better than regular paints on dark surfaces. So I'm really looking forward to using this. You can use this as your palette if you'd like to. And all that you do is you just wet the pan that you're going to use, mix it with some water, and then just pick it up with your splatter brush and just tap, 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 and you'll get a little splatter of beautiful little metallic, whatever colors you've used. The paint set itself also comes with a fine brush. So you could use this also to just kind of, you could dot little dots around it if you want a little bit more control. And you might be able to kind of load this up and then splatter this little one as well. The mixed media kit will also come with some watercolor tags. And so watercolor paper is thick enough to work really well with watercolors. So you'll be getting some tags. I just don't have them yet for you. Hello, it's another day and I have some more things to share with you. When I filmed my original unboxing, not everything was ready. I filmed it a very long time ago. And now we're almost at reveal day, so I'm ready to share all of the extra little things that come in this kit. First of all, I did want to show you what comes in the mixed media kit because I know that my original footage did not show everything. I did show my own watercolor set. Since then, I have used it and I thought it might be fun for me to show you what it looks like once it's been used. So as you can see, I had lots of fun with it and I created a little swatch card that I can keep in there, and just look at how beautiful the colors show up on, this is on white watercolor paper. So pretty, so metallic, so shiny, and really, really good coverage. This one here that looks like it didn't have good coverage, I got impatient and dabbed it with a paper towel. That's why it wasn't very opaque there, but it's very opaque when you have patience and don't dab it up. This is how it looks on dark paper. So this is just plain black cardstock. And again, I got too impatient and flipped it over to do this side without waiting for this side to dry. So the coverage on these is really, really beautiful, much better than what this sample suggests, but that is how they look. I also wanted to show the splatter. So I made myself 2 sample splatter cards, and this is these colors right here. So purple, pink, blue, green, that dark green, and then that really black right there. And then flip her over and we've got the pearly white, we've got the yellowy gold, we've got the browny gold, we've got more of a dark brown, almost like a bronze. Then we've got that reddish color and the even more reddish color. So lots of different options for browns if you're looking for the exact perfect brown or reddish brown. And then this is how they look on black paper. So we've got black on black. You're not going to see that one very much, but you do see the metallic reflection there. We've got the dark green is right here. This is the lighter green. That's the blue. That's the pink. And then that's the purple right there. And over here, look at how vivid that white is. It's a pearly white. And I really love the idea of using this metallic paint for splatters. So the watercolor set is just gorgeous. So you will get your own watercolor set. I dropped mine on the floor and broke the hinge, so don't drop it on the floor. Then you will get 2 watercolor tags with the reinforcers, and there's 2 reinforcers for each tag, so you could use this if you're going to use this as an actual tag or a mixed media piece that's going to pull out of something. You'll have the reinforcers for both sides. So you'll have those reinforcers for both sides. These are on watercolor paper, so they should be able to take some wear and tear. And if you wanted to make a pretty watercolor metallic background with these paints on these tags, that would be wonderful. Then you'll also get our popular newsletter. So these newsletters have been coming with the kits in 2020, starting in 2024. And it includes a little bit of behind the scenes as far as how the kit was designed and what my thoughts were about it. And then on the inside, we have our color palette for the month. This allows you to take this to wherever you store your mists or your inks and pick some coordinating products to go along with the kit if you'd like to. This month in our community corner, we're featuring some projects that were created by some of the people in our Facebook group, so you can check that out. We've got some journaling prompts here that are specific to the kit this month. All of the newsletters include our kit planning tool in the center part, so we have actually 4 pages of kit planning. So we have a place to write down which products in this kit speak to you, what stories you'd like to tell this month, a list of photos that you'd like to take or find, techniques to try this month, tools and stash items that you'd like to use with the kit, and ephemera that will support your stories for the month. Then we have a place for you to do some sketches, and these are dotted to help you with scales and reminds you to don't forget the downloadable content, which I'm going to share with you next. And then we have our sketch of the month. Every month over on this Facebook group, we have a scrapbooking challenge to use your kit to get scrapping. This is an exclusive sketch from Christine Davidson to get your creative juices flowing and start scrapping with the kit right away. We do give out a prize, so make sure that if you use this sketch, you head on over to our Facebook group and enter it in the sketch challenge thread. We also get a number of digital files with the kit. So this file is the icon shapes, and we have our title here, which is Dream Big. We have got a couple of flowers, a layerable butterfly, and I would cut this a little bit bigger than what it comes in the file. Just make sure you select both of them and drag a corner, and you'll make them both the same amount bigger because these two layer nicely together. And then we have a rainbow here, which my thought was to cut this out in white and then use the watercolor paints in the mixed media kit to make it really beautiful and colorful, and it'll have some beautiful shine as well. Our background file this month is this beautiful heart that's made up of all these triangles, and these kinds of cut files are a perfect way to showcase some of the pattern paper. This is the size of the cut file if you just cut it the size that it already is. And so as you can see, it doesn't fill a 12 by 12 page. Here's a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. It'll be about that big. I wanted it to be a background element that doesn't necessarily cover the whole page, but you could easily drag it by its corner and make it bigger so that it filled more of the page if that suited you. I wanted to show you some of these cut files cut apart. So I just increased the size of this butterfly a very tiny amount. And look at how beautifully it cut. That is just so pretty. And what I thought I'd do some painting with that Prima watercolor set and make something pretty to go underneath of these wings. So I'm looking forward to playing with that. We have our title here, Dream Big, and be careful not to lose these other little pieces here. that go with our title. This title will look beautiful with some pattern paper behind the letters in the word big. This is going to be so much fun to play with. I can't wait. These are the flowers, which I actually cut some of these items before I changed my cutting blade. My cutting blade was very, very dull. So these flowers will cut out better for you than they did for me. Even with a dull blade, they still cut really well. And then here's what that rainbow looks like. And the only things that I changed the size of was the butterfly. So everything that you see here is cut to the default size when you import the file. Here are the cut files. So you'll get 2 digital cut files with the main kit, and you'll also get a PDF with the main kit that includes our labels. Now I have printed them up twice. I originally printed them up just on printer paper just to demonstrate, and you'll notice that they actually print differently. This is just with my home inkjet printer. This is how the files print just on my own printer. And this is on a higher level, a higher quality copy paper. So this is thicker than regular copy paper. It's also smoother than regular copy paper. Now I use the exact same settings and printed it on Nina Solar White cardstock, and I get a much more vivid. I think that this holds the ink a little bit better than this one. I'm not sure. Or maybe this one absorbs the ink and it stays on the surface to stay vivid on this one. I'm not sure. But this one definitely printed brighter than this one. So you might want to experiment with your own printer if you're printing these at home with different papers and see if you can get them to look exactly the way that you want them to. Either of these would match with the kit. And as you can see, I've already been using these. I actually dove into my kit this past weekend to get a bit of a head start. So I have used some of these, but you'll notice that this month we are including 2 pages in our PDF printable. So you can print one, you can print both, you can do whatever you want. So these labels, you can print them up and then you can cut them out yourself. You could print them onto label paper if you wanted them to be sticky. I like just printing them on cardstock because it allows me to distress the edges and I like a little bit of a thicker look for my labels. We've designed these circle labels to coordinate with standard punches. So the smaller set will cut out with a 1-inch punch with a slight white border around the outside edge of it. The larger one will cut with a 1.5-inch punch with a very slight white border around the edge of it. I hope that you enjoy working with these labels and having so many different labels on hand. And the nice thing about these is that if you're running out, you're using a whole lot of them, you can always just reprint them and they're right there. The other thing that Shannon Elor was doing was she actually printed them in grayscale. And so she ended up with some of the darker ones look black, but then they look all different shades of gray. And what a beautiful, beautiful way to have some nice neutral black labels and gray labels for your projects. I think that was just a really great idea. Your newsletter will not have Dream Big handwritten on it. That's just something I did because I had a bunch of them on my desk and wanted to be able to differentiate the new one. I hope that you enjoy the kit and the newsletter and all of the digital files. Head on over to MercyTiaraKits.com to pick up one of these beautiful Dream Big kits. I hope that you have a really great scrappy week, and I'll see you next time.